A preacher once said while in church, if you bring over a man or woman into this country, America, and they look you in the eye and tell you they don't want to be with you anymore, and actually walk out on you, you let them go because they were certainly not part of your destiny. Welcome to Issues by Elsie. Today, I would want to talk on a topic that many of us are very, very aware of, which is bringing over our spouses to meet us in America. A preacher once said while in church, if you bring over a man or woman into this country, America, and they look you in the eye and tell you they don't want to be with you anymore, and actually walk out on you, you let them go because they were certainly not part of your destiny. Is that true? Are you a man or woman who was brought over a spouse and today they are no longer with you? What was your issue? What was the problem? Was it about money? Or you guys just couldn't get along? What does it take to bring over a spouse into this land, America? Usually it involves a lot of finances. It involves a lot of time, which people put in. And for those in long-distance relationships, many a times, the parties that are overseas here have to fly frequently to meet their loved ones or their wives and husbands overseas until they eventually make it into America. Many have to cough up bills for lawyers, which sometimes the paperwork is denied, but they keep pushing and eventually make sure that they are granted the opportunity to come and meet them here. Whenever people are doing all these things, they don't do it with the intention that when these loved ones get here, they would abandon them, maybe at the time when they need them most. But what happens when these loved ones come over? People that they thought they knew, but when they come over, they soon discover that it was all a scam. You would actually never even know, or even if you think that you know your spouse very well, you lived overseas with them, you probably will not really know them until they come and live with you in America. You know why? Because America brings out the animal in everybody. If your spouse used to be a good person overseas, took care of you, or your wife was very nice and obedient when she was overseas, that might not be the case upon coming over here. You know why? Because it becomes a different society. There are talks of freedom. People start touching money that they probably have never seen. And so your ability to control or think that you are at the top no longer holds. In a few of such instances, a man brought in a wife. Upon arrival, the lady disappeared, just took a walk out of the house and claimed she was going for a walk and just disappeared. 3 days down the line, the man couldn't find her. Upon reporting to the police that his wife has gone missing, they put out a search for the lady, and they discovered that she was found somewhere in California, cruising around with a boyfriend. And when the police asked her to talk to the husband, she told the husband, "Forget about me, I'm not coming back." And that was the end of the story. A man brought in a woman. They were in one state. Upon arrival, the lady said, "No, I don't want to be in this state. I want to move to another state where my family is found." She claimed that she wanted to be closer to her family. The man, wanting to make a happy wife, decided that they all go to that state. So he packed up everybody's things In as much as it was so inconveniencing, they packed up and left. They moved to the new state and soon discovered that no, it was not actually going to be close to family. She was actually moving there because she had a boyfriend she had been communicating with before she came to America through the husband. So much so that when they got to that new state, she spent her time, she would cook food. She would not even leave some for her husband to eat, who was gone to work all night. She would cook food, put it in a plate, carry it and go to see the boyfriend. She would spend so much time over at the boyfriend's place that she would forget about their 5-year-old daughter that she needed to pick her up from the bus from returning to school. School authorities soon found out that there's never anybody to really pick up this young girl. So what did they do? They would always call the father and be like, there's never anybody to pick up your daughter. The man will be forced to leave his job and come and pick up the daughter. Where was the wife? Spending much time with the boyfriend, so much so that she will forget about coming to pick up the daughter. The problem was so much that they eventually had to separate and go their different ways. Another lady brought in a man who came in and claimed that he was not married. So he went on eharmony.com, blackpeople.com, and they posted a profile there claiming that he was looking for a wife and everything. When the wife soon discovered all these profiles that he had on all these dating websites, she spent her time calling up the other women to tell them, this man that claims he's not married is actually married. I'm the one who brought him here. One night, as the lady was doing her night shift, the man packed and left, and the rest was history. Another came in, a lady brought in her husband, and he also went on another dating website, put on a profile there, and claimed he was single and looking for someone to mingle with. When the wife discovered it too, she went on the same website, put in a profile with a different name, and started communicating with him. They eventually decided that they were going to meet somewhere. And when they met, when the man left, sneaked out of the house to go and meet this newfound love that he had met online, unbeknown to him, he was going to meet the very wife that brought him into the land of America. When he went and entered there, he saw the wife seated. Then the wife asked him, what did you come here to do? I suffer for you, and this is the way that you treat me. After that meeting, as they returned home, things wouldn't work out until they eventually went their separate ways. Can we really say that we know the people that we bring over as spouses? Of course not. We will not know them until we bring them, until they actually come into America and live with us under one roof. But one thing is clear. Just like scripture puts it, can two walk together unless they agree? Many a times when we are bringing people into the land of America, we do not agree. Sometimes you have couples who quarrel from day to day. The spouses over here feel that when they eventually import them over here, things will change. But that doesn't happen. If you guys can have a simple conversation when they are overseas and you quarrel all the time, when they get here, it wouldn't be different, because guess what? There are even more stressful things that happen here. But what happens is that when people come, we have seen spouses lose it, so much so that they have become so violent, shooting others with guns and killing them, which shouldn't happen. If you find out that someone came and it has been nothing but a scam, they used you just because they came here and they had their agendas, you let them go. Just like the preacher said, if you bring over a man or woman into the land America and they look you in the eye and tell you they don't want to be with you, they have actually fallen out of love with you and walk out on you, you let them go, because they were certainly not part of your destiny. And remember, when people walk out of your life, they create space and room for others to walk right in. Stop holding on to people who are not making meaning. in your life. If they are with you, they should be contributing to your life in a beautiful way in this society. If all they are with you and you are holding on to them because you feel that you brought them over, brother or sister, you are making a mistake. Let them go, because when people walk out of your life, they create room for others to walk right in. Thanks for watching.